Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back. I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons why George Russell is the right driver for Mercedes. But before we begin, if you see any problems with the video, like my mouth not syncing up, it's because for some reason my computer just doesn't want to function today, and my webcam is just very slow and very glitchy. And I've tried everything, but it doesn't seem to work. Top 5 reasons why George Russell is the right driver to partner Lewis Hamilton for the 2022 Formula 1 season. Number 5, he's just outright overperforming in that Williams car, and when he came up to Mercedes and Sakir, absolutely on the pace immediately, with very little, with just 3 practice sessions qualifying and in the race, and was outright beating Bottas every time except after the puncture, and later in the race, which was not his fault. And at the beginning, nearly out-qualifying him on getting pole on his debut with Mercedes. Very impressive. But just every teammate he's had, other than that one race with Mercedes, he's out-qualified every teammate every time, swept the floor with him. Then you have the fact that in a race, yes, technically every teammate he's had has outscored him, but that does not mean he's getting that car into Q3. He's always outperforming them in the races, and it just seems like the handful of times that he's not just happens to be the good weekends. It's very Russell luck, which is, we know, at the worst luck of any F1 driver out there. Then we have at number 4, Bottas is doing the opposite. He is underperforming with Mercedes. He's crashing a lot. He's been doing this since, it feels like 2018. 2017 was a good season, his first year, and 2018 it's just been downhill. Crashing in Australia and qualifying, and then just never seemed to recover that season, never seemed to really give a good fight, other than, he gave that good fight at Germany, but he was on brand new tires, and then they gave him the order to stay behind Hamilton. So that's really it. And then in 2019, you saw Bottas, 2.0 or 3.0 or something, I think 2.0. Lasted all of about 5 races, then that collapsed really quickly, and it's just been bad. 2020, another one, Bottas 3.0, didn't go very well. That challenge lasted about 1 race, and then that didn't last. Then we come into this season, absolutely off the pace. You see, in Baku, you would expect for him, when you have Verstappen has the tire failure, and then Hamilton locks up into turn 1 on the restart, he should be there to fight Perez for that win. He wasn't. He was way off the pace. Then you have the second race of the season in Italy at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. He was in 10th place, getting passed by Russell before they had the infamous crash, which I think most likely was a racing incident. If you had to put blame, Bottas did push Russell out. It's just the fact that you're in a Mercedes, you're in the car that's best or second best depending on the weekend at this point, and you're not up there. You're being beat by McLarens, obviously by Verstappen and Hamilton. It's just not a good fit, especially when you've been in the cars 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and then part of this year. It doesn't look good, and that's why you can't compare Perez's performance to his. Reason number 3, the Sakir Grand Prix performance. We know that. Qualified very well, qualified second with just 3 practice sessions, going very fast, very, very quick, almost beating Valtteri. Really, it was so close. He was so close, and then beating him off the line to turn 1, doing well that whole race up until the incident with Aitken where he spun off. Then they had the pit stop mess up. Russell had to pit again. Bottas had that tire incident. They had the wrong tires on each car, and Russell came in, and it looked like we were going to have a fight to the end with him charging all the way back up to the podium, and then it looked like it was going to be a fight between him and Perez, which obviously the Mercedes is going to win that fight. And then obviously the infamous genuine puncture, which I think he had a puncture. It's not like the conspiracy videos or whatever. He did everything he could, and then still charging back to get his first F1 points. Reason number 2, like I said earlier, he's constantly beating his teammates. He outpaced Bottas that whole weekend, other than qualifying, and then the race you can't even count, because it wasn't his fault at all. It wasn't just that Valtteri was faster at all. And then you have, he's beat every teammate ever in qualifying, other than the one with Valtteri. Then you also have, I mean, other than, like I said, the few races that seem to fit Williams well where they get lucky and score points, he's beating when he beat Kubica and Latifi, and would have easily won that race and beat Bottas had everything gone right. And then reason number one, Mercedes' future. Russell's young, Valtteri's not, Lewis isn't also, but Hamilton still is performing well at this age. I don't know how much longer he'll last in F1. I think he has this new contract. I think if everything goes well, he'll probably stretch to maybe like 2025 or something at most, maybe 2023, something like that. And then after that, I mean, it's just Valtteri's not going to be your team leader. He's not going to fight for championships without Hamilton there. And then you have to pick your second driver, and they're not going to pick somebody who's terrible. So you need that young talent to come in, like what Leclerc did with Ferrari, and that's what Russell could do for them. Also, if they don't promote him, he's just going to go to Red Bull. I mean, Ferrari would not be a good option because they really are trying to get Mick Schumacher to that Ferrari seat. So, Red Bull would take him, and he would just become their next, alongside Verstappen, driver. But anyways, that's my reasons on why. Also, De Vries won the Formula E title, and that's his second, I think. Formula E1 and F2 he has won, so I could see him very easily going to Williams, especially with Mercedes thinking about pulling out of Formula E at the end of this year. So I think there's that. So anyways, if you enjoyed, drop a like, do the normal things. Bye.